All right, well, I'm happy to see everybody. Let's get started. So go ahead and find the end of your mat. And just begin to roll your shoulders. Good, take a deep breath up. Good, I want you to exhale, bring your hands to your thighs into standing cow. Take another breath and then exhale up into standing cat. And unhinge, come back up. Take another breath up. Exhale to standing cow. Inhale. Exhale to standing cat. Good, roll up. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale over to standing cow. And then bring it up into standing cat. And then unhinge. Take a deep breath up. And soft fold all the way down to your legs. Good, come back up and maybe just to the shins. Good, and I just want you to go from side to side here, relaxing one knee at a time. Just let that pull into the hip, the lower back. And work your way down a little further and find your way into fold. Step back halfway with your right foot and unhinge. Place your hands on your hips, press your hips forward, open up the collarbone, squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Good. Come back up center. Inhale. And hinge and fold. Step back halfway with your left. Unhinge. And again, press the hips forward. And step up. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Walk back to downward dog. Good, find a shoulder roll here, pushing the shoulders out of the ears. Let those heels drop into the floor. Good, come forward into a plank. And chaturanga to up dog. Good, tuck it and go back to plank. And come forward into plank. Inhale, chaturanga, exhale to up dog. Tuck your feet, go back to downward dog. And forward to plank. And last time, chaturanga to up dog. Good, and sit back, child's pose. Roll up onto your shins. Step forward with your left leg. And just press forward into this kneeling lunge. Still pretty tight in the hips. Take a breath up. Good. Bring your hands to the floor and sit your hips back. You can point your toes here or you can flex them. Slide your hips forward and back up to high lunge. Just getting those hips moving. Come back down, slide back. And forward and up. And one more time back. Good. Slide forward, and that just enables you to take your leg, your left one, back to tabletop. Give me a cat-cow. And when you're ready, roll yourself back up to your shins and step forward with your right leg. Slide forward into the hips. You might notice today one hip is tighter than another. That's really normal. Inhale, hands to the floor. And exhale back. Inhale up. And back down. Slide back. And one more time up. Hands down and slide back. Good. This time we'll slide forward, step in with an inhale. And we're in a standing extension here. Lift your spine. Good. Pull the ribs off of your hips. Take a breath. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, unhinge, big breath up here. And bring the hands into prayer. Good. All right, take a breath. Exhale, hinge and fold. Step back with your right foot. Turn it, spiral up to warrior two. Good. Straighten your leg, kick out your hip, find that triangle. May not be as deep as you want to go yet. That's okay. Open up your back. Bend your knee and come back to warrior two. Lift into sun warrior. Being strong through both legs here. Feel that opening of the back hip here. Squeezing of that quad of the front leg. Come back to warrior two. And now straighten, and we go to triangle one more time. Good. Turn toward your mat. And we're going to take that left leg up to three-leg dog. Pushing down your right ankle. Good. Now come forward into a plank, but leave your left foot up. Good. Now slide backwards. So you're doing a one-legged plank squat. Come forward. Go back to three-leg dog. Come forward. So it's like I'm going to drop my right knee down and I change my mind. And up, forward, slide back, forward, and up. One more. Forward, slide back, forward, and up. Very nice. Come to plank and chaturanga to up dog. Should have really felt that right leg there at the end. Good. Tuck your toes. Go back to downward dog. Step forward with your left, halfway with your right. Lean back into your hips. Take a deep breath. Leave your left hand on the floor. Exhale up to revolve lunge. Good. Now, from here, come to center. Engage your weight into your left leg. So that's your front leg. Lift your spine here. Bring your hands to prayer. Kick your left leg, right leg back into warrior three. Unhinge, try not to touch your foot to the floor. Come up to single knee stand, single leg stand. Good. Now, lift your left arm. So I've got my left arm up and my right knee up. On an exhale, pull your knee to your elbow. So there's a little twist. Now reach out and feel this reciprocal reach here. Good. Exhale, pull in. Now you hinge as far as you want to. You can go all the way back to horizontal and then come up and squeeze. A lot of that depends on your balance. And just wherever you're at, give me two more. Now you should be feeling your left leg. One more. And we're in mountain pose. Good, shake that out. Take a breath. Open your hands, clasp them behind you. Good, let those legs take a little break. Ooh. Good job, take another breath. Exhale, hinge and fold. Good, step back with your left leg. Turn your left leg. Spiral up to warrior two. And straighten, strong legs here, pushing through both, over to triangle. Bend that right knee, come back up to warrior two. And we lift to sun warrior. Open up that right side of your body. And back to warrior two. Straighten, and over we go, back into triangle. And turn toward the top of your mat. Take your right leg up to three-leg dog. Push down through that left heel. Inhale forward, three-leg plank. Slide back, one-legged plank squat. Back to plank and then up to three-leg dog. Come forward, slide, forward, up, forward, slide, forward, and up. One more, forward, slide, forward, and up. Good job. Reset your downward dog. Come forward into a plank. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, up dog. Good. Go back to downward dog. Step in with your right foot, halfway with your left. Split your fold. Now shift your weight into your right foot. Engage your core and your back. And then kick that heel. Push your heel to the back of the mat. Unhinge into single leg stand. Good, now lift your right arm. So the trick to keeping your balance here is the linear. Exhale, turn. Then inhale and extend. And exhale again if you're hinging. If not, just hold it. Come back up. Exhale and turn. Lengthen and hinge. Single leg stand. Exhale and turn. Extend and down. Exhale and turn. Last time. And you're in mountain pose. Shake out your legs again. Ooh. Good job. Inhale up. Come into prayer. Good. Take a deep breath. And we're going to launch up onto the balls of our feet. So squeeze your glutes here. Try to press your inner thighs together. Your knees. And now your ankles might not be touching, but I want you to press them together like they're going to touch. Set that down. Good. Now, we're just going to go up and down 8 times, but it's not fast like you normally would do. So take a breath. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Squeeze at the top. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. And one more. Up and down. Take a big breath. Hinge and fold. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Good. Now we're going to step back with our right foot, but don't step back quite as far. Step back so that you can set your heel on the ground in the back. So normally when we step back, right, the heel is up. This time you're going to step back and then unhinge. Bend your left knee, that's your front one. And if you need to adjust so that you get your heel to the ground, do that. Yeah, we want to stretch that calf that we just worked. Good, now listen, take this back leg, step halfway in, maybe where you normally are, maybe a little bit less. Now I want you to come up onto the ball of your foot. And we're going to imagine that there is a chair right here, and I want to sit in it with just my left cheek, not these. All right, so you're just going to sit backward and then stand back up. So this is working both of my legs, but I want you to focus on pressing through the front heel. Let's take our arms behind us and keep our chest open toward the wall in front of us and lift. Just go as low as it's comfortable for you. My focus is on this back hip right here. That's what I'm thinking about. I even try to pick up my front toes. That just forces me to put more weight into my left heel. That's a good thing. You have one more. Good. Now step all the way back. Heel is still up. Inhale. Sink that high lunge and revolve that high lunge. Good. Spiral open to warrior two. Good. Straighten your leg. Come to triangle. Bend your left knee and unhinge. Straighten your leg. So now we're going to revolve our triangle, really work into that hip that we just used. You can take your hand next to the foot here. If you're less flexible, come out more to the center, but keep your legs straight. Let this hip rise. So we're turning to our left, straight legs. Your hand must be on the floor. So take it to the center if you need to. And hands to the floor. Step back to downward dog. Good, now we're gonna do those plank squats, this time two-legged. So come forward, inhale into plank. Exhale, so it's like I'm gonna set my knees down, my back is flat. Back forward and downward dog. Plank, draw that belly button in, plank squat, plank, downward dog, plank, plank squat, plank, downward dog. One more time, plank, plank squat, plank, and downward dog. Come to plank. Chaturanga to up dog. Sit back, child's pose. Take some long recovery breaths here. Good, roll up onto your shins. All right, take your left leg forward. Now this time I want you to straighten your leg. Good, so hands can go to the floor right here. And this is half monkey. I'm pulling back into my hips and I want to work my heel forward. And we get to wherever we get. Keep your posture up. Breathe into this. Good, now we've used quite a bit of muscle today, so you may feel like you can't drop quite as far. That's okay. Good, just slide your leg back. You can assist it if you need to. Bring it back here to your kneeling lunge. Tuck your back foot, inhale and step in. Lift into a standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees and unhinge. Good, we're gonna calf raise again, but this time, instead of your feet being parallel, I want you to turn your feet out. So you're making a V. Your ankles or your heels are together. Good. Good, here we go. Find that breath. Exhale and lift. Inhale, set down. Exhale and lift. Inhale, come down. Core is still tight. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. And down. Lift. Down. Lift. Down. And lift. And down. Good. Reset your mountain. Turn those feet back in. Take a breath. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, standing extension. And make that fold deeper. Now step back and unhinge. So now we're about halfway back and go all the way back so your heel goes to the floor. Good. Nice tall posture here, pushing into the heel. Good, now you're gonna step halfway in, maybe about your normal halfway. If you need to adjust that, do that. Roll up onto the ball of this foot. So now that chair is right behind me over here. Think of it as a single leg squat. All right, I'm gonna put my hands in prayer this time. You can bring your hands back if that helps you keep your heart facing this wall here. So we're not leaning over. Take a breath and sit back. Good, so I am pushing my hips towards the back of my mat and press up. Sit back and press up. Good, sit back. Notice my head. I could hold a book on my head right now and it wouldn't fall off. There's a little hinge in my hips, but it's not in my spine. Good, keep your eyes on the horizon. Well done. Step all the way back with that left leg and inhale into high lunge and then exhale, turn to your right. And spiral open to warrior two. And let's find triangle. Bend that right knee, come back up to warrior two. And now we straighten. We're gonna spiral to revolve triangle. More center if you need to, all the way to the other foot if that's available. But push up through that right hip. Good, and turn back to lunge. Step back to downward dog. And 4 more plank squats, last ones. Here we go. Come forward into plank, inhale. Exhale, slide back. Inhale to plank. And back to downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, plank squat. Inhale to plank. Back to downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, slide back. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, slide back. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to plank, chaturanga to up dog. I hope you guys are sweating because I am. And sit back, knees apart, toes together, child's pose. Go roll up to your shins. And let's take the right leg forward. Push forward into your hips. And then extend your leg. Hands to the floor, half monkey. Walk that out into full monkey. It's interesting how one day can differ from another day. So I was just here on Thursday, so yesterday, and I was all the way to the floor. And today, I'm a little tighter. So just honor where you're at right now. Just because you can't go as far doesn't mean you're doing less. Good. Now, to get out of this, back yourself up. And if you need to grab your front leg to assist, you can. Just bring that leg back to your top of your mat. My foot didn't want to move. Take a breath, lift, inhale, legs together, standing extension. Now take a deep breath and notice if you are folding farther than when you started class. You should be. Remember, farther could be just a millimeter, but farther is farther. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, and unhinge. Roll your shoulders. Take a breath. Exhale, hinge and fold. Lift into standing extension. Exhale and fold that down. Good. Take your gaze towards back of your mat. Breathe. And when you're ready, bend your knees. Walk back to downward dog. And set it down into tabletop. Good. Now, this is a lizard variation. So normally grasshopper. Normally, right, we pull. So we're just going to do this on our knees today. So I'm going to turn sideways. You're going to use your right leg. I want you to pull your knee up, kind of like a fire hydrant, right? But try to touch your knee to the back of your arm. It may not touch, that's okay. Now exhale and push away. Pull it in. So you can actually crunch your core to the side. Think about getting that right rib cage to the right hip. Push away. Come in. Push away. Come in. Push away. Now come in and just set your leg down right where it just came in. Right, and take your hips forward. So just like split leg up dog, only my leg is bent. Very good. Good. From here, tuck your left foot. Right leg goes up to three-leg dog. So that's the one you've been using. Now we get to cross it under us for pigeon. Oh yes, that should feel really good. Modify to the hip if you need to. Work into this pigeon here. You just heated up that hip quite a bit today. We're going to spend a little more time here. So really give yourself the chance to breathe. Good. Now, wherever you're at, whether you're on your hip or all the way up into pigeon, I want you to walk yourself up high. Take a breath. Exhale, let it out like a sigh. Now take one more breath, and I want you to commit to reaching just a little further and go back down where you were, hopefully a little further. And walk that up. Good job. Make your way back to downward dog. Take a breath, walk that out if you want to. And then back to your knees. Good. All right, here we go. Lift your left knee out and then crunch to the side. Try to get your left knee to the back of your arm. Push away. Good. Adjust your hands for balance, however you need, but do keep yourself from shrugging your shoulders. And in with the knee, hold it, and then exhale, push away. In with the knee and hold it. Exhale, push away. In with the knee and hold. Exhale, push away. Inhale and hold. Slide forward, set it down. Just like your split leg up dog. Just a little less inner thigh. Good. Tuck your right foot. Go back to dog, but three-leg dog. Left leg up. And then exhale. Bring it under you for your pigeon. Modify where you need to. Good. And lower that down. Good. Walk yourself up. And just take a deep breath here. Let it out like a sigh. Another breath, and then just commit to taking yourself a tiny bit farther, whatever that means to you. Of course, don't stress anything. Think of relaxing more maybe rather than going farther. Good, and walk that up. Good, swing your legs around. Good. Take your legs out in front of you. Walk your sit bones to the back of your mat and find your posture. Press the bottom of your legs into the floor. Inhale up here. Push your rib cage past your legs, past your hips. Good. And fold. Think about extending the crown of your head toward that wall, about past your feet. So I don't want to tuck my chin here. Just make your head an extension of your spine. Breathe into your back body. Good. Now walk yourself up. Place your hands on the floor behind you. We're going to lift into an inverted table here. Now you have the choice of keeping your legs straight, or you can bend them and exhale and lift. Either one is fine. Open up those collarbones, squeeze the arms. Release that, find your posture again. Inhale up. Exhale. Again, think of relaxing farther. Maybe you don't actually reach farther, but what you do is let go a little more. That's okay too. Good. Sit yourself up. Take your feet together into bound pose. Again, find your posture. Exhale the forearms forward. Maybe they touch the calves. Maybe they go in front to your shins. But again, I have this long spine. I'm rolling my shoulders back, so I'm not hunched over. Okay, you should feel this in your lower back. Great stretch there. Come out of that. Now, this is a difficult stretch. It does require upper body strength. Just do your best. You're going to lift your hips here. The trick is to think knees down while your hips go up. Big stretch in the hips here. And lower that down. Ooh, inhale up and come forward again. Work this out. Sometimes we need to make adjustments here with this stretch. Do that if you need to. And release that. Knees are going to come together. Roll yourself all the way back. Good. We're going to inhale. Push your right foot into the floor. Push your left heel up to the ceiling. Good. Now, I want you to get your legs as straight as you can. If that means you have to grab the back of your thigh, do it. Calf, do it. Good. But I'd rather you not have your foot and your knee bent. Really try to straighten your legs. I know you have tight hamstrings. That is okay. You don't walk around with your legs bent all day, right? You straighten your legs when you walk. Your legs can straighten. Think about pushing through the back of your knees and just hold on where you need to. That may not be where you want to, right? Good. Now, glue that right shoulder out to the floor, and now let your leg open to the left, supine big toe hold. I'm still pushing down through my right leg. On an exhale, gather everything back in. And when you're ready, push your right heel to the ceiling, push your left heel to the floor. So I'm not relaxing this bottom leg. I don't want it to just be sort of hanging out. I want to push. I want to create this space in my hip flexors and my hamstrings. Again, push through the back of really both knees. Straighten your legs, straight as you can. Glue your left shoulder to the floor and just let yourself open to the right. Push that left leg down. Supine big toe hold. And exhale everything in. Put your feet a little wider than your mat. Hands wherever you'd like them. And just windshield wiper back and forth here. Slowing it down, releasing the hips. When you're ready, just let your knees fall together. And I don't want you to think of yourself as being in rest pose yet. I want you to think of kind of arriving. So the next couple of minutes, just take the time to kind of, whoo, right? It's not so much drifting away like rest is. So we're still engaged, you're still listening to my voice, and you're beginning to focus in on your breath. You're beginning to tell your body, you don't have to be on high alert anymore because you made it through. And then take your time here. When you feel like you're ready, you can move to another rest position. And maybe you don't want to move to another rest position. That's okay. You can mentally arrive at, now I am soft. Now I am breathing. Now I am at rest. Notice the rise and fall of your belly as you're breathing. Relax your jaw. Let your arms and legs be heavy. Begin to feel your body in contact with the floor. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Just really take your time here. Just savor the soft moments and really take your time coming to seated. When you're ready, just join me seated. And again, taking your time, just take your head from side to side. Let your shoulders feel heavy. And just roll your shoulders. Good. Take your right hand, set it on your left knee. Reach behind you and just give a gentle twist here. Come back center. Take your left hand, put it on your right knee, and turn. And then come center. Take those arms out. Bring your hands together and curl your spine back. Tuck your chin. Inhale up. Bring it all to center. And exhale into prayer. God bless you guys. Namaste. Thanks for joining me so early. I appreciate it. And don't forget, if you want to do some extra yoga over the weekend or whatever, you can always go to the YouTube channel. And then thank you to those of you who have made donations. And then finally, I will be posting on the Facebook page as well as sending a text if you're on that text list for next week's yoga. So it all depends on our scuba schedule and that kind of stuff. And as long as the weather holds out, we should be able to have yoga on Wednesday.